I would love to make, but always looks really difficult. And, you know, I'm kind of always afraid that I'll mess it up.
I'm the same, you know, and when you've got ready-bought puff pastry and you follow the rules I'm going to show you, it's really easy. But you wanted to combine fruit and veg. What reason behind that?
I love fruit and veg. Well, obviously I'm a vegetarian, so I'm always looking for different ways to cook with vegetables. But I just find that combination, if ever I've eaten it in a restaurant, I think it's so gorgeous, but I never quite know how to do it at home. I'm always afraid it's going to go a bit horribly wrong.
Works. Shall we do the peel the pears? Well,
Yes.
I'm just going to put some butter in this pan. We're going to this to make the caramel. Butter and sugar goes in there. A reasonable amount. I mean, I think personally you want it like a sort of toffee, so you need a reasonable amount of butter. There's some people who don't put any butter at all, just put the caramel on, but the sugar to make caramel. But I think that's a nice way of doing it.
Yeah.
So you're using
that must
the
give it a nice kind of glaze as well.
Yeah, it keeps it a good shine. And I think, I mean, I've done this with all sorts of things. Chicory, you know, savoury things like that. Big onions, small onions, cut onions in half so you brown the top of the onions, all sorts of things. But, so you were telling us Morgan taught you how to do soups.
Yes, he did.
When did you sort of really start taking interest in cooking?
Well, I think it was once I'd sort of had the kids, you know, they're 7, 6 and 4 now. And I just really wanted to be able to give them healthy, nutritious food. And being sort of a veggie family, I was really conscious that they had the right amounts of protein and vegetables and so on. And I kind of just didn't want to have to go down the packaged, you know, the sort of prepared food.
Do you ever go down there?
Occasionally. I mean, there are times, obviously, you know, as like every mum knows, when you're kind of really busy, and sometimes it's just easy. But what I do try and do is cook. And when I cook a lot and then freeze it. So at least when I have to go for a frozen meal, it's something I've already done. But I really enjoy it. I really enjoy cooking, and there's a real sort of sense of satisfaction, isn't it, when you've prepared it yourself?
Do you think they're going to eat this sort of food?
Well, they eat this. Oh, they would love this. Yeah. They would absolutely. Morgan has got a real thing about cooking. He wants to be a chef.
Well, he calls it a cooker.
A cooker. He wants to be a cooker.
That's what my children say. Daddy, how long does it take to become a cooker?
But I'll leave Morgan in the kitchen on his own, and he'll say, "Can I make you something, Mummy?" And I always say yes. And then he's there, and he's kind of breaking in the eggs and pouring in flour and putting in like a whole apple.
Does he clear up?
He does clear up.
Oh, that's good. What about the hubby, Wayne? Is he good around the kitchen?
Let's just say Morgan is kind of leaping ahead in that field already. No, Wayne will do me a spaghetti bolognese if I really kind of like, you know, beg.
Push him.
Yeah, and say, please, it's your turn.
Now, obviously, you don't want hot sugar when you're putting on cold pastry, so often we let it go cold, and that's what I've got here.
Right.
And then we're just literally going to pop our pears in, right around there. I mean, you can... So and that will, when that gets hot again, that caramel's going to melt, and hopefully be nice. Well, it will be.
Yeah, it will be gorgeous.
Gorgeous. So obviously you can do any size. You can do little individual ones, in which case I would just do half a pear surrounded by the shallots. Now I've cooked shallots in here. This is shallots, and this, it got nice and brown. I've got a little bit of garlic in there as well. And really, it's just a case of cooking them in a little bit of stock, vegetable stock, until they're tender. Now this little bit I'm telling you now is the key. You've got your shallots draining there.
Yeah.
And we've also squeezed them out. You don't want any moisture, because the moisture would dilute the caramel and make it sort of slightly sloppy and wet.
Would it make the pastry go soggy as well?
Not necessarily. I think the thing about the pastry is to put a little air hole in the top, and then the steam vapour will escape then.
That's quite a combination, isn't it? Because you would think that the you know, that sort of caramel would be too, and the pears would be too sweet with the garlic and the shallots.
Yeah, it works very well, because also what I'm going to do is put a little bit of acidity in there by adding some balsamic vinegar.
I love balsamic vinegar. Yeah. That gives it a real nice bite, doesn't it? What about...
They're very noisy over there. What are you doing, Ed?
He's not listening.
He's not listening either. No, what are you doing?
I can't hear anything, sorry.
Anyway, good to see they're working.
Exactly. What about, would goat's cheese sort of sliced up work with that
Goat's cheese would work. I would put it on probably after it came out the oven. So
really?
Dot it over, but you could do it like that. Let's get a little sprinkle of balsamic just over there. And that is really quite easy so far, isn't it?
It is. Could you use any fruit, or is the pear...
Apples, pears, rhubarb.
I love rhubarb. Rhubarb with sweet potatoes.
I love rhubarb.
Lovely.
Right, and then we just take puff pastry.
Yeah.
Let's get a little knife, and this is just shop bought. I'm not good at making puff pastry. In fact, I think you have to be quite a specialist like Phil over there, who's brilliant.
So do you think the shop bought is as good as making your own?
Especially if you buy a butter puff, if you can.
Yeah.
You know, there's some cheaper ones. You pay a bit more, obviously, but that's it. And then we just make a little slit on the top to let some steam out. I don't bother egg washing it. Some chefs egg wash it. At the end of the day, you're going to turn it upside down. You're not going to see the bottom. There's no point.
Yeah.
OK, let's pop that into the oven. There, like that.
I didn't realise it could just go straight in. I mean, that
Oh,
makes
the
it
pan. Make sure the pan's not going to melt.
Right.
Good idea.
Yeah, good tip.
OK, that's going to take about 25 to 35 minutes.
That was quick.
In there. That's very quick, wasn't it?
I'm impressed.
What you've got to do, because sugar and butter's very dangerous, very hot, it gets well above boiling point. If it hits your skin, it's going to take your skin off. So let it cool down for about 5 minutes before you turn it out. OK? Here we go. Let's have a look.
Oh, my goodness, look at that. That's beautiful.
That looks good. Let's just wipe the side of the plate. And that